YTV. Today we are joined by Mr. Ahmed Diko. Mr. Ahmed Diko is a content producer with many productions under his name. Mr. Ahmed, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ahmed, can you tell us about yourself and just give us a brief history of where you came from and up to here where you are a critically acclaimed media content producer?
Okay, my name is Ahmed Diko, as I said. I've been working with Nation Media, particularly QFM, QTV Kidogo. When I was on radio, I used to call my name Mwinyi. Okay, Mwinyi, because I was running a Swahili show. Okay, Tarab show. I don't know if you know about Tarab.
I do.
What do you know about Tarab?
It's coastal music with the equivalent of Mugithi or...
Exactly, yeah. Yes. So from there, we opened a company by the name D&J. D&J means Diko and Juma, of which I had a partner by the name Juma. So later the company got a contract and we managed a certain TV station by the name ITV. So after that, I have been ITV for like 2 years. From there, I decided to open my own company, which is Sophie Media. So before, we did a lot of things, as in like a lot of production. That's what I mean. There's a program which is running in K24, One TV, and other TV station. So that's what I have been doing. Yes.
Today we are talking about production, and I'd like you to tell us, how does production tie in with programming? For example, you will find that different media houses bring different programs at different times. So for example, if I may use Churchill comes on Sunday. So one can ask, why can't Churchill come on Monday? So if you could kindly tell us, how does programming tie in with...
Okay, it's a very good question, but what I know, before you shoot any movie or before you bring any content on the TV station, there's this thing which is known as... Okay, let me give you an example of these movies which you normally see. Okay, it's always written PG. Parental?
Parental guidance.
Good. PG means parental guidance, of which it's from maybe from 13 to. So when you talk about okay, another thing, when you shoot a program or when you think of an idea, you need to know the target audience. Are you targeting the youth, parents? So after you have done with that kind of movie, after you have shot a movie, you take it to a TV station. The media can sit down. There's a marketing department, there's a content development team. They normally sit down and recheck your content. So after they have done that, they can tell which, okay, they can give up the timing of the program. I think, is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. And even sometimes depends with not producer, depends with sponsors. Yes.
So you're saying sponsors have a key role in determining...
Exactly, because they're the one who are the sponsor is the one who is running the media station, because it's a business. It's business.
What do you think is wrong with our media station? Because, for example, I feel like they copy each other. So, for example, NTV has a morning show that is just the same as the one on Ebru, that is just the same as the one on Citizen. Why is that?
I don't think that they copy each other, but what I know, they have less content. You see, they have less content, they have less ideas, and we Kenyans, we are used to this thing like, I like watching this TV station because they have a morning show, they have morning conversation. So, okay, the other TV station, you can find that they like the audience. So they hate to copy paste. They hate to do something at least exact like what the other TV station is doing, so that they can get the audience, they can get the viewership. Yeah.
Or could it be our problem as Kenyans? Could it be that maybe that is what we like, so they give us what we like?
Exactly. They normally give us what we like. Because there's no way you can just put a comedy show in the morning and you expect people to sit down and watch. Fine, it's not that there's no way. The TV station, the other countries where they put cartoon in the morning and people sit and watch. But in Kenya, it cannot work because they believe they have tried, but it never worked.
So what you're saying is that if any TV station goes any other way, it will fail.
Yeah. Yes. And you know, another problem will be lived in a certain TV station. That's the major problem which you have in Kenya. Okay, apart from Citizen, KTN, NTV, and which one else? Yeah, April is coming up. KBC and K24. Bus. But we have more than 40-something TV station. More than 40-something TV station. Local TV station in Kenya. But people doesn't want that. They're used to this major media like NTV, Citizen, KTN, K24.
There are some certain TV stations that have deviated from the norm. Key point K24. When everyone else is bringing soap operas at around 10, they bring Nairobi Diaries.
Yes.
Why do you think they do that?
Okay, that's a very good step which they have made. Because to me, what I can tell, they are doing their best to promote local talent, just like this other TV station, but their timing is kind of different from this other. And then this bill which came up the other day, the TV station must have more, the TV station must have like 65% of local content. Yeah, so I think even they're doing their best at least to achieve their goals.
A friend of mine, just as we
Just about the story, yeah?
No, we are just back to the same question that I've asked. A friend of mine reasoned that K24 doesn't have the viewership that this Citizen or NTV or KTN has.
Yes.
So if they decide to bring a soap opera just like KTN and Citizen, nobody will actually watch the soap opera on K24. So that is why they decided to bring something new that may interest new viewership. What do you think?
I don't think that's the right. Okay, he might be having a point, but I don't think that the fact. Because what I believe K24 has their own audience. There are people who just watch K24. They cannot even think of any other TV station apart from K24. The same as KTN, the same as NTV, the same as KBC, the same as ITV and other this local TV station. So when we said that they decided to change their timing just because they are trying to attract more audience, yeah, it might be true, but what I know, they have their own audience.
And as a content producer, do you think that Kenyan TV is boring? Because recently we are from the election period, and on NTV we have Decision 2017, KTN we have Kivuli 2017, basically the same thing. So do you think Kenyan TV is boring?
The first thing which you must understand is, okay, first of all, who watches TV station out in Kenya? Which age? Who knows the last time you watched this soap in any TV station? Okay, fine. Let me just talk about your research. Let me just ask you. I believe you have done some research.
Yeah.
Okay. How many guys watch TV in Kenya? Okay, how many youth?
You rarely watch TV.
Exactly. So who watches TV station?
The older generation.
Exactly. And they're interested in news and other things. So it's a must for the media station to give them what they want. Because already we don't have youth. Okay? They are there, but you cannot predict anything about Kenya's youth. And now they are this age which, okay, like our parents, they are the only people who can sit down and watch NTV, KTN, Citizen. They can tell about their programming. So you see, so when you talk about election, you and I are busy thinking the way we do other stuff, but they can sit back at home. They are the one who can tell that, okay, now well, I've done this, or I've said this. Is it true? That's why all the station politics.
What is the importance of producing content for the broadcast market?
Like
what is the importance of why do we need content producers?
Okay, fine. That's a good question. Content producers. In short, you're asking me, what do you need? Okay, why do we need you?
Why do we need you?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. What I know, I believe everybody has a talent. And when you ask anybody, just here in town, they'll tell you, okay, fine, Dina can act, Dina can read news, Dina can do this and this and this and that. But at the end of the day, they cannot give you the real thing which you want. First, there are people who have ideas, very big ideas. They can think boldly. They can talk about something, and when you put it on paper or when you put it on camera, they will come up with something nice. But those people who put it there, our job is to develop the content, to make it look good, and because let's take for example that you are the one who have come up with such an idea that okay, you have a movie, you want to shoot a movie, and you are the director, you are the producer, you are the actor. At the end of the day, you're not going to achieve what you wanted because you cannot do everything yourself. Is it true? So that's what we lack in Kenya. We do everything. Like I'm a producer, I'm a programmer, okay. Maybe we are selfish. So when you are okay, let's take for example, I've decided to major on producing the content. I can improve. We are improving the content which we have in Kenya in local media stations and trying to make it good. Because the research which we did is so many people are talking about the current program which are running on air. Okay, like you have said, they're boring. Is it true? So we are trying to make it better. Okay, we are trying to make it better so that anybody can sit and watch. The other problem we have been facing is like when you watch these programs which are there on TV stations, but these programs is a program you cannot watch with your parents. You see, there are terms which we are using, we are using, is not appealing. Okay, so nobody can sit back and watch, can sit down with their parents and watch and say, okay, so this movie ilikuwa iko juu kwa sababu unapata wametumia sometimes ni haziko suitable. Yeah, so I don't know if I've answered your question the way you wanted.
You have answered.
Okay.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, allow me to use a little bit of Swahili. A friend of mine says, there's this saying that goes, jamii ni kioo cha msanii.
Msanii ni kioo cha jamii.
Msanii ni kioo cha jamii.
Yes.
Lakini wengine husema jamii ni kioo cha msanii. As in, the content producer gets inspiration from what is happening within society. What is your take? What is your take on that?
Okay, the real verse ni msanii ni kioo cha jamii, ambapo kwamba msanii ndio akizungumza kitu msanii akizungumza kitu huwa tunakipata zaidi, tunakisikia kwa sababu yeye ndio kioo cha jamii. But imebadilika kuwa nowadays ni sisi tunamcorrect yule msanii. I think wamepotea. That's what I can tell. Wao ndio wamekosa, sisi ni mmekuwa vio vyao. But it's not even making sense because still ni wao wanasimama mbele, because like right now here msanii akija tutampatia kipaumbele, msanii azungumze, still bado anabaki ni kioo cha jamii, na unapata labda hao wasanii ndio wanaharibu jamii, and that's why maybe you can say don't watch we don't watch our local content, we don't listen to our own music because wao ndio vioo vya jamii na ndio wao wanaharibu maadili ya jamii.
What I meant by that is that I wanted to know where does the content producer influence viewership of a certain thing? For example, if you came up with a production straight from your mind without caring to know what the society thinks, do you think that production will be successful? That is what I meant to ask. Is the msanii, in this case, the one who has the influence over what the society will watch, or is it the society that influences what the content producer will produce? That is what I meant to ask.
Okay, that's a very good question. Yeah. What I know is when you come up with an idea of any content you want to produce a content, there are people who think that they know much, so they can just produce any content just because they want to produce that content. They don't care who is going to be affected with this kind of content which you are creating. But definitely they don't go anywhere. Why? Because everything is about money. You see, you'll do it once, you'll shoot a movie once. At the end of the day, you will be expecting access to get some cash from a media station. Fine, you might be having your brother who is working in that media house, but you'll just be there. Because I don't think if there's any sponsor who, okay, let's take for example these big companies, e.g. Mombasa Millers, Safaricom, Airtel, Kenya Orient. I don't think they will agree to sponsor such a show. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So they cannot sponsor such a show, so you will end up losing like everything. So you will be the loser as a content producer, because you have just produced something which is not right to the society. Yeah.
And what are the challenges of being a content producer?
Okay, there are so many challenges, because you can produce something which you think that is good to the society, which is viable, but it's like politics. You might think that you're the one who's going to win. At the end of the day, you'll be the loser. So you can produce a nice content which to you personally you think that is a very nice content, but the TV station will not take. So just stay at home with the product, thinking of the way forward. So who will be the loser? Okay? You have spent a lot of cash paying the actors, paying production, because there's no way you can take an idea to a TV station. That's what so many people go down. Just take an idea there, and then after 3 days you start claiming that maybe your content yangu nilipeleka TV station fulani wameifanya, but normally huo wanataka something known as pilot. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. So to shoot that pilot is not free. Lazima uspend that. Sasa those are the challenges unapata umeitishwa pilot, unakuja unatumia a lot of cash, umeshoot pilot. Ukimaliza kushoot pilot unapeleka kwa radio station, wanakwambia we didn't want this, the audio was not good, so can you go and redo the program? So we see all those challenges. But we just don't give up.
And how strong are Kenya's copyright laws to prevent one's content from being stolen by either media houses or by other people?
It's a very tricky question, but they are not doing anything. See, it's got it, because it has been happening, and it's happening like right now. What wanaibiwa content, unapata there are people who have power. You know what I mean by power?
Yeah.
Have money. So once wameshachukua content yako, where are you going to take them? Will you take them? Utakuwa unakaa, utapeleka police station, utapeleka everywhere, but at the end of the day wanabaki na content. So this bill ambao kwamba tunajua this scale, this breach, tunajua they are trying to prevent the contents to be taken by anybody, but sijaiona ikiwaka, sijui. Kama kuna watu washaona ikiwaka, mimi sijaona. Sasa I cannot say that they are doing their job.
As a content producer, are there things that you have to have in mind, for example, for a certain production to be successful? For example, certain elements, for example, in the West they say sex sells. So, as a content producer, how do you balance those elements so that even if they are there, they are not too extreme that the Kenya Films and Classification Board comes calling? So, how do you make sure that a certain production is successful in terms of making sure that it has those elements? For example, crime. We know people love watching crime productions, but then again, it is not in a way that it is too much that children, so that the KFCB will say, this thing is a bad example for children.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you balance that?
Okay, what I'm trying to do, what we are trying to do as social media, we are trying to, but not the way those guys are doing, or they have been doing. So we deliver the message in a way anybody can cooperate, anybody can entertain, and anybody, in a way which can suit anybody. Okay? So, as you have asked, as I've said, out of our country, out of our culture, in abroad, like in the US, kissing is not a crime in public.
Yeah.
In Kenya, I think it's a crime, though we do it. But it's because we forget where we are coming from and where we are heading. So we are the one spoiling the society. Okay, we are the one destroying the next generation. So what we as social media are trying to do is to maintain that African cultural thing.
As we conclude, I'd like to ask, is the internet the future? Because now we have Citizen, we've come up with Usasa, where you can watch, where you can watch content online. Radio Africa are soon launching a new platform similar to the Usasa. Do you think the internet is the future in terms of content production?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true that it's the future. Why? I think what these guys realized is not so many people watch this TV station like before. Unapata have your gadget to get all information from TV, okay, from internet. When you want to watch news, but just get it from the phone. So they are trying to divert the attention which they were having, as in guys who were watching Citizen, they were watching KT, they were watching KBC, they were watching NTV, ITV. That was before. But nowadays, unapata mtu anapata all information, anapata this person can watch a movie from the net. So what they decided to do ni kuchukua the movies ni watch Citizen na wakajua pale viewership imepotea, wakaiweka kwa net. So I think that is the future, and that's where we are heading. To me, I know in the next like 2030, we'll not be having TVs in our home. That's what I think. Because remember, when I was young, kupata TV ilikuwa ni kwa jirani na labda ni kwa mzee mtaa. But nowadays, hata shule, I believe you have a screen in your hostel, right? So you see, from screen we have phone. Nowadays you don't even need screen in your hostel, but you want net. And you cannot tell me that you have net in the hostel. Now you don't have a gadget, you don't have an Android. So have you seen the feature which you have now? Not even next, it's now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. Any other question?
That is all.
I believe I've answered it well.
Yeah.
And not that I believe, I know there are places which have done a lot of mistakes. And because of that, next time I'll be well prepared. I will answer all the questions. I'll try my best to make the governments look the best government ever. I'll try my best to make this Kenya copyright to be the best people, but after they have changed. okay, and even our wasanii vio vya jamii. Okay, sawa. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Karibu sana.
Well, dear viewers, that was Mr. Ahmed Diko, critically acclaimed content producer, with a very grim prediction that in 2030 there will be no televisions. I have been your host, Gadua Miricho. Until next time, bye-bye.